Hey guys, so it's been a week. I know I said I probably wouldn't update for a fortnight, but my weight loss was really good this week. I think this is, I don't expect it to be this good every week, one can dream, but this week, as you might have seen from the intro, I lost 3.2 kilos, so I've gone from 140 kg to 136.8. So I'm absolutely stoked. You know, I know this is just, you know, because my body's like, wee, you're actually doing what you're supposed to, have a reward. I know as time goes on, the weight loss is gonna slow down and it's gonna take more effort, but I have been really sticking to it. I've been exercising every night, typically in between half an hour to 45 minutes. I've been eating really healthily. You know, I've been eating, you know, healthy cereals for breakfast or something with eggs in it. So maybe like eggs, you know, boiled eggs with toast, whole grain toast, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that will keep you full for a long time. And, you know, then I've been eating stuff like salads and then, like beans, not like baked beans, like, you know, cannelloni beans, kidney beans, lentils, you know, all that kind of stuff. And lots of vegetables. Haven't had any pasta, haven't had anything fried, anything like that for the whole week. So I feel it hasn't really kicked in. I don't really feel different yet. Also, I haven't had a cigarette in over 10 days now, so yeah, and that's been without anything. So no patches, no gum, no electronic cigarettes, no mints, nothing. So I'm still a little short-tempered, but it's to be expected, so it's not so bad. See, I'm really happy with the weight loss. I do wish I'd done it sooner. I guess if my advice was to anyone, that it's really too soon for me to be giving advice, but just do it. You know, I mean, it's becoming really natural to me now. Like, you know, you know, even though it's only been a week, I've kind of got into the habit of eating, you know, properly. Like, I'm not snacking, and my portions, I think, are actually, even though they're smaller, because the food I'm eating, it's a lot more filling. So I don't get the urge to snack because I'm full for longer. So it's not like it used to be where it was like mostly breads and pastas, which would, because it was the crap stuff, it wasn't like the proper stuff, you know, it was really processed. You know, it would go through you like that, you know, and it was really high in carbohydrates, so it was bad for you. Whereas because I'm eating, like, you know, vegetables, which have, you know, like low GI, and good carbohydrates, not sugars, because I'm eating that instead of what I was eating, you know, I'm staying fuller for longer, so I'm not having the urge to snack, so I'm eating less, but I'm actually more full than I ever was on the other diet. And I actually, you know, do enjoy vegetables. And I found something, there's this vegetable in New Zealand called a kumara. It's like a version, it's in the same family as the potato, and I guess the closest thing you could compare it to is it's allegedly kind of like a sweet potato, apparently. And it comes in 3 colours, red, purple and orange, and I found that I actually really like the orange one. And my favourite way to actually have it is mashed, and the way I don't put any egg in it, I don't put any milk in it, I don't put any butter in it. I just put about half a teaspoon, or you know, I boil it. You know, one actually does me 2 meals, because it's really filling. So just, you know, peel it, chop it, boil it, mash it, and then mix in about half a teaspoon of like light margarine, and then put a little bit, and then what I do is I pat it flat, so it's almost like a pancake, and then I put a little bit of salt on the top. And because it's flat, you know, the salt's evenly dispensed, so you get to use less because it's evenly put on the kumara. And then I just eat that, and it's really good. And the reason why I'd never eaten it before, because my mum always used to cook it. And the thing about my mum is, when my mum was 15, she was on the back of her boyfriend's motorcycle. You're probably thinking, what the hell does this have to do with anything? She was on the back of her mum's motorcycle, and they went round a roundabout. and he hit an oil patch, and woof, off they went, and she flew face first into some railings. And what she did was she basically was in a coma for like 2 weeks, but she lost her sense of smell and her sense of taste. So people were like, what the hell does this have to do with Kumara? Because of that, my mum has absolutely no sense of smell. So if there's a gas leak, she's fucked. Where am I going with this? She's got no sense of smell at all, and she's only got about 10% taste. So what that basically means is when she cooks, she puts about 50 different herbs and spices into food, and she doesn't do bland meals, you know. Everything has to have all these like condiments and all these spices and all these herbs, and that's just so she can even have a hint of what she's eating. But me, I actually really I don't know if it's I have immature taste buds or I just have very basic taste buds, but I actually like plain food. Like, I don't like it to have a ton of condiments, and I don't like it to have a ton of herbs and spices. I actually like food to taste like what it's supposed to taste like. Like, I don't really see the point in eating a potato when all it tastes like is rosemary or something. I'm not into that. And so that's what my mum does, and so I don't eat her cooking ever, because it's just, there's too many flavours, and to me stuff should taste like what it's meant to taste like. And yeah, so I never really got around to eating kumara, because anytime it was in the house, my mum would cook it and put like 50 different herbs and spices on it and cook it in some weird ass stock, and it didn't taste like anything. It just tasted like shite really, but she can taste it, so she's happy. My stepdad's grown accustomed, bless him. But I'm rebellious, and I was a teenager, so I learned to cook. So that's probably half the problem, is that I cook for myself. But now I've decided I'm gonna do it properly. I'm waffling. So yeah, because my mum is really into like having heaps of spices, I don't eat her cooking. So whenever she got kumara in, she'd cook it and I wouldn't eat it. But then there was just randomly some kumara lying around, you know, well, not lying in the drawer. And I was just like, okay, I'll have a go at seeing what this is like. So I cooked it, and I really liked it. So that's going to be like a staple, I guess, in my diet. That's going to replace potatoes, basically. I'm not going to be eating potatoes anymore, because kumara is a much healthier version of potatoes, and it's much more filling, I will say. They're quite heavy. Like, you know, you pick a potato, they can be quite light. Like, kumara's a heavy buggers. So they're very dense, so they're very filling on a very small amount. And they have like quite a lot less of the calories, and yeah, they're good, and they taste nice. They're a bit sweeter than potatoes, but that's alright. And so yeah, that's good. So it's like, it's good, you know, it's stuff I've always known was there, but I'd never really been inspired to kind of try it before. But now it's kind of like, I'm gonna try this because I want to, you know, make an effort and lose the weight, and this is the way to go. You know, vegetables are good, because I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm a vegetarian, so I've got to find filling vegetables and things like that. So kumara is good for me. So yeah, I'm so happy with the weight loss. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update. I think I'll update once a week until, you know, my body kind of gets used. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. Until my body gets used to the weight loss, you know, like the new effort I'm putting in, and I stop losing weight so quickly. So I think once I've you know, my body's adapted, it'll probably go down to once a fortnight, but for the first few weeks I'll probably update once a week, because I am really enjoying the fact that it is falling off. I'm not sure from where though. I'm kind of too big to actually have, you know, even though 3.2 kgs, I've got to remember that, 3.2 kgs is quite a good, it's quite a, when you look at it in fat size, you know, like you look at the amount of fat, it's a good amount, but I've got so much of it, it's really hard to tell where it's gone from. But I'm so happy, 3.6 is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go now, and yeah, I'll see you next week.